Veganism, vegetarianism, the personal choice to refrain from eating animal products or animal byproducts, or from just refrain from just eating meat in general. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with either of those things. If that's what you choose to do with your diet, go for it. But some of them, some vegans or vegetarians, people like the vegan teacher and others as well, are crying and complaining about the fact that, they get mocked a lot and made fun of a lot for being vegan and being vegetarian. They're saying they're being discriminated against because they're vegan, because they're vegetarian. People are hating on them because they're vegans and vegetarians. And, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's probably some weird, unhinged people out there who, would mock others for being vegan and vegetarian. They would actually hate and make fun of you for being a vegan or vegetarian, for just simply that. But majority of normal people won't give a shit if you're vegan or vegetarian. Like if you tell someone, "Oh, I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian," most normal people's reactions would be like, "Oh, cool. Okay, cool." You know? Most people won't care at all. And it's just like, yeah. But, but, once you start being annoying and obnoxious about it, with your veganism and vegetarianism, once you start basing your entire life and personality on the fact that you're vegan and vegetarian, once you begin to never shut up about it and constantly get in people's faces about it and, constantly start calling out people for not being vegan and vegetarian and, calling them Satan and hating on them and whatnot. Once you start doing all that, once you start being annoying and obnoxious about it, that's when people are gonna, start to not like you and dislike you and make fun of you and mock you and maybe even hate on you a little bit. And honestly, it really has nothing to do with the fact that you're vegan or vegetarian. It has more to do with the fact that you're annoying and obnoxious about it. And yeah, that's what they don't like. That's what they dislike. Like, yeah, like I said before, majority of normal people don't give a shit if you're vegan or vegetarian. They don't care. As long as you're not annoying and obnoxious about it, they don't give a shit. And it's, yeah. I think it's kind of funny and ironic how these people are crying and complaining that, oh, they're being made fun of, they're being mocked, they're being hated on, they're just being discriminated against, when in reality they honestly kind of do the same thing to people who aren't vegan and vegetarians, you know. So yeah, it's kind of ironic. But yeah. I guess the lesson here is don't be obnoxious and annoying about it when it comes to your veganism and vegetarianism. If you can, just do that, just be a normal fucking human being, then all's good and no one will give a shit. But, yeah.